live continuing on from the morning sessions. So with that said, let's go on with the video, shall we? Of course, a bright sunny afternoon, home city of Gloucester. Of course, 1060 now leaving. Alexander Spa from Sea, and also Alexander Spa 200 that way. And also arriving is Alexander Spa 400 MMC 10750. So with that said, what will ISO Transport have on this sunny afternoon? That is, of course, blue sky, a few clouds, and of course, it's actually feeling a little bit warm on the shoulders of late. Let's go have a look. So, over here we got Alexander Spa 400 10754. Next to is Alexander Spa 400 by Scania 325970. Alexander Spa 300 number 27704. And finally Alexander Spa 400 by Scania and 250 dealing with 15353 Trevor Jones here. So yeah, and then got 1050 arriving outside. So with all that, all the buses all accounted for in here, let's head on to the railway station. So here we are, heading off to the railway station. And of course we have seen one of another railhead treatment train today. Oh dear, look, I guess I was wrong about Transport for Wales to Cheltenham Spa not being cancelled in Cardiff Central. So that is quite interesting to know. Right, so got some more buses coming down there. And also sites on this for 3628. And of course there's the train now arriving into the station. It's a class 197. 2 coaches long. So we will have a look at our screen display board before anything else. Thanks to Alpha who has subscribed to my channel. So over here we have got the 1216 Cheltenham Spa, the 1219 Paddington, the Cardiff Central and the Worcester Foregate Street all running on time and working to schedule. So we are going to be having something of a very good very interesting afternoon session. So this is going to be very interesting with the train stuff. So this corner, of course, our class 197 is 197 007. And of course we will see our service to London Paddington arrive very shortly. So of course this is going to be interesting because all the services are to normality. So this will be very interesting. It also depends, and of course for the railhead treatment train, of course I saw it yesterday at Horton Road Crossing, and I don't know if I'll be able to see it today, but depends on if it's doing a run round, a return run round of this area. Yes, we will see. How the train stuff's there. Just one more minute until the Transport for Wales to Cheltenham Spa leaves, which of course has got a green light. So here we go. Great sound. It had a very turbo-y start before it changed gear. And here comes Great Western Railway Class 800. Put your hands together for 800 002. Definitely grounded to a halt. Well, of course, it only has 2 minutes to actually get people on. Of course, the sun is actually blaring a kind of a reflection onto that first coach of 800 002. And of course the train after this would be the 12:27 to Cardiff Central. All doors seem to be closing, but they're not locked until the light, yellow square light has come off, turned off. Aha! There is the railhead treatment train. 67027's leading. And of course 67023 still in Gloucester branding is right behind. And the train has come to a complete stop in platform 4. Whether its power is going to do next. The train is of course the Great Western Railway train is now leaving. Doors shut and locked, bolted shut. Okay. Brakes released, signs are good. And off it goes! There we go, that last bit must have sounded gutsy. So there's the train, 67023 Stella. Of course it's very weathered because of its railhead treatment train duties. Of course, like the Class 66s, it's a General Motors machine, but this General Motors machine can go a hell lot faster. And of course it's on 4 wheels front, 4 wheels back, so Bobo really. But it's mainly used for railhead treatment trains and a few other things, mainly passenger. Of course 67027 is in GB Rail Freight livery but with Collis Rail branding. Of course, when I first knew about them, these railhead treatment trains, they were going up the Kemble line doing railhead treatment. But yeah, these Class 67 locomotives are on railhead treatment train duties and passenger tour trains. But will this red light mean that there could be a delay or movement of the service to Worcester Foregate Street? But I believe that the passengers the crew are all the way in 67023 Stella. So platform 1 there's no Cheltenham Spa service unless that's already left, but the 1227 service to Cardiff Central is coming through. Put your hands together for 173.98. But the class 67s are definitely powering away. But the thing is, they're the only freight train that you'll probably expect to see, unless you were somehow at a really interesting time where you actually capture class 66s doing train services, which, well, freight, which don't usually get. Of course, down there, of course, you've got some Alexander Survive 400s even. I may as well actually watch the train from the other, even from the other way. Train's about to leave. Goes. And here comes the service to Worcester, Foregate Street. Which is your last train of the morning. Sorry, of the afternoon, should I say. And sorry, there was a little bit of interference. And hello to Sir Jackie. No, there isn't a drain. It was, if you're talking about the railhead treatment train, that's looked like something that blasts water onto the rails, and those ones that are on the rails, they get it's supposed to clean the tracks from the blasting leaves and stuff. So there's your class 165 waiting. They're starting to call out the delayed Great Western Railway service to James Spa, coming in from, of course, will be in platform 1. I believe we saw everything of those class 67s now with the railhead treatment trains that it's been doing, but hasn't just been Class 67s. There has been some College Rail Class 66s on the same duty, because I've seen them with my own eyes a good month ago. And look what happens to have arrived whilst I've been talking. The Great Western Railway service to Cheltenham Spa, that is actually delayed, probably due to that railhead treatment train going round. But yeah, it just leaves the course are 12:35. So now we are waiting for here, so this train to depart. Should be that 12:35 one, unless the other one actually just goes. Interesting. So yeah. Yeah. Very rare to get freight trains at the right time. But of course you'll probably expect to see the railhead treatment trains all throughout the rest of autumn and in through winter. And then after that, it'll just be normal, or your normal passenger trains. Alexander Esbar from Gloucester into 30D on number 13 service from Abbeydale. And of course, these are all the people that are coming off of the Cheltenham Spa service from London, Reading, Didcot, Stroud, Stonehouse. Of course, the only problem is that they actually converges on the Great Western Railway service to Worcester Foregate Street leaving. So this is going to be interesting. There we go, I hear power. So off goes our final train. So yeah, that is it for the trains. But I have to say that everything with the trains this afternoon has been way more interesting than it has been over the past couple of weeks, because more or less every train was working its marks on time instead of being late. We're leaving the train station via this area, and then we'll be walking on down past the transport hub. Of course, we've got to go ahead Pullens, right General 3 Street Deck 373 leaving. From here we've got choreography of 5x5 of the transport hub with National Express Titan Levante 3 triaxle, 2 Alexander Savard by Scania N230EDs and 2 Alexander Savard 400 MMCs. And we have got 3 lights. Of course we got, so yeah, we got it leaving. Of course we got, we are following a road sweeper heading down the road. That one is 5858, which is now departing. It goes. But yeah, I think this one's either Scania or Volvo V11R. There it goes. Alexander Savard 400 MMCs, 15359 up front. And of course 15363 as well. 15. So wow, off on the move again. got Alexander S. 300 by man 80.240, 22 central 51. At the front of this convoy here. When Alexander S. 300 leaving.
From your side to his.
Then we have another one here, number 27, 710. Behind it, 37238, which is also Alexander S. in bar 200. And finally, Alexander S. bar by Stallion 250 D15, 367 at the end here. And Alexander S. bar 327, 706. And another tip end on another Alexander S. 300, this one by man 18.240. Well, that's the very end. Right. Don't think there's any more. That's the trains along here. No, there isn't. So that about wraps it up for the afternoon session. I actually enjoyed this session just because it had that little extra to it. I hope you did too. So with that said, if you like this video, remember to like, subscribe and to hit that notifications icon so you never miss any future uploads. And don't forget to look at my class at the railhead treatment train class of those two Class 67s, along with some passenger trains at the Horton Road crossing that I did yesterday. So with that said, thank you for watching my files, and I'll see you again next time. Sluggards!